Hey guys, this is my first one of these, so we'll see how it goes. It's not really a draw along. I did this like late last night, early morning, um, and decided to jump on today and kind of let y'all see my color process. Scoot, it's good to see you, buddy. Hey, if you want to jump in, just send me a request and we can chat while I'm going through this, man. Be awesome. Love to have you on. And nothing really special about my process. I a lot of you know I use a lot of muted colors. Uh, so there's that. And yeah, this is an upcoming character that's going to play a very prominent role in the book. And actually, if you've seen the post, this is one of my new Instagram friends, very incredibly talented artist. I used her as a reference for Isabella Hawthorne. And yeah, check out her work. She's tagged in the post. So yeah. And I use a lot of the same colors. Um, so just gonna kind of go through this. And I always use a base color. It knocks out the brightness of the page, and also it lets you know, kind of gives you a base and lets you know what you've got knocked out already and what you still got left to go. It's kind of hard to tell with the white sometimes. So I'm not sure if I'm loving that white or not. Let's go back. I'm not digging that gray. Plus, I'm on the wrong layer. As everybody, that's why it's not doing right. I'm sure you guys have been there and done that. If you've ever used layers, it's a pain in the ass sometimes. I forget to lock them, and yeah, it's a whole thing. That's still not quite doing what I want it to do. Yeah, hold on. Let me undo all this. That's about right. I do a live and everything goes to shit. One thing, I used a lot darker color than I usually do. So let's fix that. I was trying to help, everybody see it. So, alright, let's fix this shit right now. There we go. Okay. Oh, yeah. There we go. And I use this a lot because, really, it's all about speed. I get a lot of now my details when I come in and do the highlights and the lowlights and stuff like that. That's where, it eats up a lot of the time. But for the flats, I try to knock them out as quick as possible. And you guys, I know you can relate. Flats they're boring as hell, but they're a necessary evil. You got to get that base laid down. So, Yeah. What's up, Nightingale? Oh, there's the lady herself. She's actually joined in to watch me color her. It's good to have you on. And I suck with pronunciation. I'm going to say Euphoristo. Is that right? You can give me a thumbs up, maybe? MR loading. Let's see. Okay. Great to have you guys on today. Let's see here. Jumping the gun. Let's see. Let's get into those eyes. What is that? And usually, I've got there's a gap closer in this program. Yes, that's right. Awesome. How did you like the picture? I hadn't read your comment yet because I was getting set up for this live. I hope you liked it. I hope I did you justice. And of course, I'm putting you in my book, which most people that follow me know was set in the Victorian age of London. So, yeah. Alright, let's start throwing some color in here. And if you see those little white spots, yeah, I'll fix that. But that happens. Kind of a pain in the ass, but yeah. I'm not trying to make you guys dizzy. I'm just trying to get some base colors laid down here so we can get to the fun stuff. Let's see. I love that reddish tint to that. So let's go with that. Yeah, I hope you don't mind. I got one of your pictures so I could actually use your actual colors in the drawing. So I'm going to use you as a reference with your colors also. So it's going to be as close as I can possibly get it. What's up, D? What's going on, buddy? Good to have you on. Let's get those eyes. Just a beautiful color. Let's see. Trying to find the exact one. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, I think I dig that. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Mm-hmm. Really liking how that's going. Not exactly what I'm going for. Let's go. Let's try. this darker shade. And I'm sorry if you guys can't hear me that well. I'm trying to be loud. I just really get into this sometimes. And I don't usually do it with a live audience, so yes, agree with your, yeah. Let's see. Alright, let's come in here, fix some of this, get some of these white spots fixed. Whoa, way too big. Now let's jump back down. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Comic Book Joe. What's up, Joe? Man, it's been a while, buddy. Miss you around the burg, man. I would have loved to have got a chance to actually meet you before you run off. But it's good to have you on. Just coloring a character design for my upcoming book. You know. This will be my third Kickstarter. Wow, I goofed that up. Let's get that going. You guys are probably wondering how I get anything done. It's just a little distracting. The live, like I said, I'm not used to doing this live. And I'm trying to be engaging with you guys and do my work at the same time. So, trying to make everybody feel welcome. Agree with you, D. Oh. But yeah, this is she's gonna become a very prominent character in End of Days. So I hope y'all enjoy her. And I've got some really big plans for her. This character I've been thinking about for a while. I've always had in the back of my mind for a good while now. And yeah, here she is coming to life. And I couldn't get that look down, if you know what I mean. You know how when you got something and you know kind of what you want, but you're not sure. You're looking for the perfect thing, perfect look. You got ideas, but it's not fully formed yet. So, and then when I seen you Farista, I was like, yep, that's her. And here she is. Which this is just flats, guys. I'm gonna come in here and the rendering is really good. Thank you so much. I really worked hard at it. I really do. And I wanted it to be as close as possible. Okay, so yeah, I use a lot of the same colors, like I mentioned earlier. And so a lot of times I'll go back and look at some of my old work. Let's see. And I had an idea. I'm not sure if this is the right shade, but let me get the full view here so you guys can kind of see it. And y'all can tell me if it works. What's up, Toner? Good to have you on, buddy. Just doing a little coloring. 44-year-old man coloring. So. What do you guys think about the shade? When I was getting this together, I had this green in mind, and I really like it. Let's get the yeah. What is it, Scoop? Not quite sure what you're going for there. Anyway. Oh, okay. Oh, you like the green. Good. Good. Thanks, Scoop. Glad you like it, man. I think it goes really good with her skin tone. It pops. You know, if you use the wrong the wrong color on a character, you can really mess it up. And I mean quick like and in a hurry. Make it look washed out or just dull. You really have to sneak in there. Because a lot of this, you know, even though you got that gap fill, this program, it fills gaps when you don't need it to. And it doesn't when you do need it to. So you really have to watch it sometimes. And most of you guys know I use Clip Studio. So beautiful, wonderful jewel of a program, but it has its quirks. Like anything. So. But overall, I can't complain. Yeah. Let's see. Absolutely loving this. It's going just how it's looking like I pictured it in my mind. And you guys as artists, you know, when something just goes your way, it's an incredible feeling. When you find that one thing that you've been looking for a good while, and it hits. It's a very good feeling. You know what I'm saying when you surprise yourself. What kind of tablets? XP pen, Scoot. XP pen. This is the 16-inch. So, yeah. I didn't really... I've heard a lot of good things about Wacom, but I've also heard negative, and they're incredibly expensive for what I was looking for to do what I needed it to do. And so, like anything, I researched the shit out of it. And yeah, man, I walked away with this 16-inch tablet. I think I've got maybe $300 in it. And it just, I mean, you can't beat it. And I read a lot of reviews. It hangs right in there with the Wacom. I mean, it's the most bang for your buck. So. See, that's what happens. That little bit of gap just fucked me. Yeah. Let me come in here. Some people do this different ways. I'll come in with the pen, just kind of close these gaps, and it already gives you the same shade that you're looking for. What's up, Able GRC 78? How you doing, buddy? Just got a little coloring going on. Now find the layer where the gap is. Oh, I don't have to, Scoot. I just fill the gap in the coloring process. I don't use a ton of layers, I don't know if you can see them. I have, I've got my line work layer, and then I have a flats layer. I've got that gray layer that I showed you a while ago that kind of just covers everything. And then after this, I'll do my colors layer, where I come in and do my highlights and my lowlights and stuff like that. And if I do hatching, I always put that on a separate layer. And lighting, if I use any kind of lighting, which you guys know, especially in my book, to give it that gaslight effect, I'll come in there and throw some lighting in, and that's on another layer also. So. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's all about time. The more you do it, you find what works best for you to save time. It's all about speed. So, and oh my God, you should have seen me when I first started with this program. It took me a good 6 months to a year to where I really felt comfortable actually trying to do a page on here and all the way through. So, hadn't it been for that, you'd have got in today's a lot earlier. What's up, Aaron? Good to have you on, man. John, what's up, buddy? Any of you guys want to jump on here and just chat, feel free. Just shoot me a request. You know, we're just hanging out, doing a little work, a little coloring. So, Yeah, man. As you see, I don't know if you can tell much. I actually swapped rooms with my son, so I haven't got all my pictures back up. And my wife, bless her heart, I couldn't be more thankful for. She got me a brand new desk for Christmas, early Christmas present. So we stayed up late last night and got all this put together. And how's that looking? You guys like that? I'm loving it. I think it's turned out really good. Really proud of it. Up, oh, there we go. That's the one I was looking for. Just go with that. Let's see. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Not sure. I want to go with a little different. See, it's kind of like flowers, you know, up through here. And I think I'm going to use a little different, maybe lighter shade, throw in some different colors, kind of some off whites, some really light greens, kind of bring a little spring into it. Yeah. Blow that up a little bit. Take that. I see some more white peeking out. You see that little light right there? Yep. If you're like me, you're a perfectionist. That kind of stuff will drive you insane. Okay. Let's just minimize that for the time being. Get it out of the way. I go to our color wheel. Everybody loves that. Oh yeah, I like that. Let's throw that down and see what it looks like. Oh yeah. Really liking that. Just kind of play with it, you know. Throw some colors out here and there. Mix it in. Now, let's see. Oh man, coming. Okay. Sorry, John. I got into it, man. If you're still on there. Wulfsbane. There he is. Coming in hot.
Hey, what's up?
What's going on, John? How you doing, buddy?
Nothing. Just wanted to hop on and say hello. I haven't talked to you forever.
I know it's been a hot minute. How you been doing?
I'm doing good. The
Awesome, man.
camera up
Awesome.
here.
Yeah, tell me about it. I was trying to find a good angle for this, and like I said, I just set this desk up last night. It took me a good 10, 15 minutes to kind of try and find an angle I really like. So,
I've got some bad lighting here. I'm not doing very good. I'm not set
oh man, we can see you beautiful mug.
up. My my video studio is not set up very well.
Oh man, it's good. Hey, all
Not
we need is
good.
a we need a all we need is a closet, basically. As long as we got our own little space to draw, you know. And so, see, yeah, here I am, guys. making my appearance. But yeah, man, it's awesome to have you on. I hate you missed the live the other day, but I posted it for you so you could go back and catch up.
Yeah, I watched it. It was pretty good. It's always good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I love D, man. D, he's always a lot of fun. You know,
Yeah, he's a great dude.
he really is.
His Kickstarter
So
about over, isn't it?
yeah, wraps up today. I believe so. I think we're looking at I think he's down to less than 12 hours. D, are you still on here? You can let us know. I don't know if he's still in here or not.
Yeah.
Average Star, how you doing? Good to have you on with us. This is me and my good buddy Old Man Comics. Everybody ought to know John by now. It's great to have him on. But yeah, man, I hadn't done one of these before, and I wanted to jump on and kind of stick my pinky toe in the water, you know.
Well, I'll jump off pretty soon so you can show everybody how to work that program.
Oh man, I'm still figuring that shit out myself, John.
Do you
I
like
don't.
drawing that way?
I do and I don't. I mean, I prefer traditional art, you know, because I've done it for so many years. But I mean, as you can tell, I mean, you can get pretty damn close,
Yeah.
you know. I mean, you can. I use a really fine line. I don't know if you noticed some of those commissions I've been posting, but
Yeah.
I really have to go back and outline those real hard with a pencil because I use a very fine line. But you can zoom in on this. I mean, you see right there, you can get
Right.
it. You can come in and you know you can like I've got let's see, one, two, three, four, about five different line sizes on this actual drawing. As you can see, if you'll notice right here, you get into the thick of it, got a really dark line for the shadowed part of the arm, and then it gets a little lighter where the light's actually going to hit it. That's a different size right there. And then for my smaller details in the flowers and the collarbone and the little pearl necklace, that's another size. And you get into the lips, really fine detail in the eyes, you got another size. And then I went a little thicker with the nose and really fine with the hair to give those little details and those little curls, as you can see right there. I mean, some of it gets lost in the actual once you put it down, but I know it's there, and you know it makes
But
me happy that.
it's got to be so much easier to, just correct stuff and
Oh God, yeah.
put in backgrounds and stuff like that. I mean, that's got to be amazing.
Oh yeah, man. Well, actually, if you look right here, let's see. Let me let's go fit the screen. Okay. If you notice the face right here, that's
uh,
actually the same face. I didn't have to come back and redraw that. What I did, I come in here, I saved the actual page to my desktop,
right.
come and cropped it, and then flipped it, and then zoomed in, and I can put it right back in there.
Yeah, that's got to be so nice.
Oh yeah, it's a time saver, man. And it's like I was talking earlier. That's what it's all about, you know, time, because you got to get this thing cranked out.
Especially with you because you're only home.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So I had to cram in any way I can cut corners, any little shortcut without losing the integrity of the work. I'm gonna use it, you
Yeah.
know, because you have
I've been
to.
thinking about it, but to me, it seems like it's almost too soft. It makes your images almost too soft. I'm not saying yours are, but
Right. It does. I let me get this thing around where we can talk. There we go. Yeah. Oh, And no, these are not prescription. That's my blue glasses to knock that glare off. That's one thing. Everything else might be falling apart, but my damn eyes are good. Still got better than 2020, thank God.
I have to take my glasses off to draw because I can't. I'm so nearsighted that they screws it up. I can't see nothing.
Right.
Oh,
But yeah, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. The softness. I noticed that in some artists, and I hope that doesn't come across in my
but
work. And I
in
mean, if it
some
does, tell
styles,
me.
it's okay. Like with D, where his is real cartoony and stuff. That looks really cool. And like
Yeah.
with Dan with his Bigfoot, that looks really, I think that fits their style pretty well. But I don't know. For me, I don't know.
Let's see. Let me look back at the chat. He had a comment right here. Cropping makes it very low quality, and I don't know if you care about that though. Cropping.
Oh,
Ah,
where you cut out your face and put it
yeah,
behind it.
right. No, I don't think I lost anything there. I mean, this is a character design
Right.
anyway. I mean, you don't go super detailed on a character design anyway.
No.
I hardly ever use cropping in my book anyway. Most of that's all original art.
Right.
So, character designs, yeah, I cut corners, and most people do. So,
Well, you got to when you got to put out. Well, you put out 22 pages.
no, the last one was 32. Yeah,
32.
the last one was 32. The first one was 28, and I hadn't quite
That's a big
decided on
book.
this.
That's
Yeah,
a pretty big
yeah,
book.
yeah. I always liked the standard 28, and I wanted to at least do that because nowadays I feel like they chip your ass big
Yeah.
time. You're lucky if you get 22 pages. I think they've actually started cutting down to 20 now. And it really pisses me off. They're steady going up on the price and they're giving you less product.
Yeah, but you think, or Jerry, those comic books that you guys do are so damn cheap. I mean, really, there's no profit in it.
No,
I mean,
no,
what do you
we just
charge?
do it.
$5? Five or
Uh,
$6?
I do 10 on mine, and a
Uh,
lot of the guys
yeah,
do 9 or 10. But I mean, that's pretty much the standard price now for comics. I don't know if you've been in a shop here lately, but you
if you're
pay
a collector,
$10 for.
if
Go
you're a
ahead, John.
collector and you just buy an old comic, you're gonna pay $10.
Oh yeah,
I mean, that's just what they are. I,
right.
what's the price tag on a new comic? $6?
Anywhere, anywhere between 6 and 10, and that's 20 to 22 pages.
Yeah, and
So,
and you're not supporting anybody.
right.
You know,
You're just feeding the machine.
right. And you probably get better stories from you guys anyway. I
I
mean,
hope so, man. I hope so.
it's nice to see different stories like that and different ideas and stuff, just not the regular stuff.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
I I don't know. I've mentioned this a lot, and I'm gonna push him again. Jesse's in Covenant Comics Burlaps. I mean Burlap. If you haven't checked that out, John, you can
yeah,
go to. Have
I've
you
seen it.
had?
I haven't bought the comic yet, but I've seen it, on the Instagram, and that's crazy. It looks really cool.
It is, man. I read the volume one, which is 4 issues, and you can actually go to. I picked mine up at. They've got their own website now at Covenant. I think it's covenant.com or covenantcomics.com. You can go to. I'm sure you follow Covenant or
Yeah,
you follow Jesse Bear, Jesse James Bear. You can find
probably.
it on there, and he's got a link, or just DM him. He'd be glad to turn you on to it. But yeah, man, I read those first 4 issues of volume one. Oh man, that story is just so incredible. Jesse, man, he's such a talented writer. I love where he's going with this book.
See, that's another thing we don't talk about enough. You know, I know a lot of cartoonists and a lot of people that do art, but the writing is just as important as the drawing.
Oh God, yeah.
You know,
I
I
mean, the art is just the pretty wrapping paper to get you to look at it. You got
right,
to have some meat on the bone there for people to stay.
right, and I don't think anybody ever talks about how difficult it is to write something.
Yeah,
You
it
know,
really is. I don't know. I'd be lost without my daughter, man, because I get the ideas, but it's big picture.
yeah,
She helps me hammer out the details. She's really good at, and dialogue is tough in a comic. I mean, if you don't do it right, it can come off very damn cheesy.
yeah.
And she's such a talented writer, and she's very good with dialogue. And she's really brought this story to life.
Well, that's good. You're lucky. You're blessed. Hey,
Oh, I am. I am.
Harry, my phone's going dead. I didn't even realize it. I'm gonna have to get off.
Oh, it's good to see you, brother.
All
I hope
right.
to do a long live here with
All
you
right.
pretty soon.
See you later. I'll try to charge my phone. I'll come back.
Yeah, do that.
All right.
Hey, we'll
See you.
talk later, buddy.
All right.
Bye. Anybody else want to jump on? Silver Bronze Comics. How you doing? Uh, who else we got in here? Aaron's in here. Bo Diggins 99. Good to see you. Jerry from E4. The other Jerry. How you doing, man? Brother by the indie guy. Hey, we appreciate it, Matt. And I tell you what, man, we got to talk offline. Uh, like I mentioned in the live the other day, I don't know if you was paying attention because you was working out. I want to hit you up, for some stickers on the upcoming campaign for chapter 3, but we'll talk about that offline. Any type of zooming out, you rasters your image. Okay, if you charge that much, I would like at least 30, 40 pages without ads. Yeah, definitely. Let's see. Okay, let's get back to it. If anybody else wants to jump in, Aaron, I don't know what you're doing, or Scoot, y'all can hop on here. Don't be scared, little fella. You know I don't bite. We can get, or if y'all just want to watch me color, but I'd love to talk with you guys. You know I'm a talker. Scoot, me and you haven't talked football lately. Uh, what did you think about the SEC championship? Kerry Gonzalez, good to have you on. Yeah, Scoot, what did you think about the SEC championship? That blew my mind. I was pleasantly surprised. It I was shocked really because Alabama's just been playing subpar here lately, and they come alive for that game. They showed they really want it. Let's see. Trying to go with some bright colors. That's just a little. Let's see what that looks like. Too much? I think so. It's kind of deaden that out a little bit. Oh yeah, that's more what I'm going for right there. Bye. Faristo, it was good to have to go for now. Your work is amazing, love. I can't wait to know more about the story. Hey, you can go to my website, jerrycooley.com. And here's my shameless plug. But jerrycooleyart.com, you can catch up on the books. It's end of days. You can, yeah, get on there and check it out. Yeah, man, Bama looking like Bama. Yeah, they really are. They finally woke up and decided, hey, if we want to make the playoffs, we better start playing some damn football. Let's see. And I love those muted colors. I don't like it too bright. I know you guys probably, and I think it works really good for what I try to do with this book. I mean, it's not a bright, cheery book. Love green, but go balls. That's right, man. I hear you. Hey, I really like what that coach is doing. He was Jeremy Pruitt. He got the ball rolling, but that coach is really. I like him. Not really sure where he come from, but I think he's doing a fantastic job wherever he come from. Let's see. Love for grade joint. Love for low grade. Good to have you on. Yeah. Just throwing some colors down for all of you just joining. For just a little character design for one of my upcoming characters. So there I go, getting quiet again. Sorry, guys. I tend to get laser focused sometimes on this stuff. Let's see. But you see what I'm talking about? You see all that little white. You really got to zoom in to get to that. And I'm still not happy with that yellow. Overall, I think I'm liking that yellow a little bit better. Which I don't know. Yeah, it's a little darker. Yeah. The other was just too bright. Oh, Aaron, let me get you in here, buddy. Let's see. There he
Hey,
comes. What's going on, Aaron? How you been doing, buddy?
I've been doing okay. Can't really complain much. Trying to get the first issue pumping out. How about you?
Trying. Oh man, well you see what I'm doing. Just hey, enjoying the grind, man.
I know that's right. So, that's the character for issue 3, right?
Yeah, yeah. She's coming in hot in issue 3,
Nice.
and I've got some other plans for her too that'll be announced really soon.
Ooh,
It's like I said, she's gonna be a very prominent character.
sounds
You
nice.
you yeah, you're gonna see a lot of her. So I hope you like the way she looks.
So far, I'm liking it. The green is my favorite color. Uh, Unless that's like sort of a teal. I'm not good with colors like that.
Oh, that's green. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's definitely green. It's kind of well, I use the muted color, so
true.
it's kind of a muted color. Sham, Burkyle, good to have you on, buddy. But yeah, man, how you been doing?
Oh shoot, it's been a nightmare.
Come
Um,
on.
yeah, I recently moved back to my mom's house. Some stuff went down, but I'm glad that I'm doing better than what I was. It delayed the book a little bit, but right now I'm getting to a point where I'm still able to. I'm just glad that I'm able to still deliver on the promises that I made.
Right, right. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, man. You got to keep the people's trust. That's the
Exactly.
big thing with us. With running these campaigns, these people are giving us their hard-earned money. You you made a promise. You know,
Yeah,
you gotta. That's any of us. These guys that go out and do these campaigns and rip these folks off. That's a thief in my book, and I can't stand a liar or a thief.
exactly. It's like. I mean, you pretty much said it all. But it's like
Yeah.
if like just think about if you wanted a book, and you paid that much money for it, you'd be kind of mad too.
Oh God, yeah, definitely. What do you think about the flowers, Aaron? I don't know if you can see them. Does that look? How's that looking? There's just something missing there.
Oh, the flowers.
Yeah.
Hmm.
See,
I
that's
like
kind of it's across the top of her dress there.
I like the way that it's wrapped around there like that.
Yeah.
Um,
Let
for
me
me,
zoom in. Can you
yeah,
see that? Is that
yeah, I can
better?
see it. Yeah, it looks pretty good. You have a nice what do you call it? It meshes well with the necklace. So I don't know, like if you think that you wanted to add anything more, maybe like a bra strap or something might work. But I don't know if that would throw off the rest of the design.
Oh yeah, no bra straps in this. This is Victorian, man.
True, you're right.
That's the day of the corsets.
Yeah, I think it's really good.
Let's see. I know what it's missing. I just figured it out. Which I'll get to that when I get into the detailed colors. Kind of an off-white, almost yeah, kind of a pearl color. Just to kind of shade into that light green. I think it'll look really good with that.
I'd agree. So is she based off of a real life character, a real life person?
Yeah, she was actually in chat. Euphorista?
Ah,
Yeah, that's as soon as I seen her, I was like, "Yep, that's Isabella."
nice.
But yeah, that's she's the real life Isabella. I think I'm gonna try that color down here, and I want to say that I've got it actually saved to my end of days palette. I
Yeah,
think. Yeah, I've got my own palette made, my color palette, and I mean, yeah, I don't have every color in there, but I can. I've got my the majority of them.
hmm,
What's up, Keith? Good to have you on, Keith Raj. Good to have you, buddy. But yeah, I've got the majority of my colors on here, Aaron, and all I'll have to do, I can pick one of those and go to my color wheel and change the shade and go from there and pretty much make any color I want. So,
ah,
but that palette, yeah, that's a lifesaver.
I bet it is. Shoot, and then the muted colors really work well for your book.
Yeah, I think so. I really do. I tried some really bright colors to begin with, and I actually have some of that saved. I'll have to post them one of these days. But it just did not work, man. It really didn't. And
Definitely.
it kind of it morning, Keith. It kind of took you out of it, you know. I mean, I'm trying to bring you in to put you in this world and put you in Victorian era London, and it's kind of grimy, smoky, you know,
Exactly.
and the muted colors just work,
Hmm.
and the brights, it almost looked cartoony. It looked horrible. It was really bad.
Yeah, I can only imagine, man. It's
Yeah,
like
go ahead.
I was gonna say, was it giving it like that superhero color vibe?
Yeah, yeah, and this is yeah. Well, you know, this is not a superhero book.
True.
This is something totally different.
Hmm. Yeah, Old Man Comics is pretty right. He said, the 1800s need muted colors.
Yeah, yeah. John's awesome. I love John to death. I've met so many good people on here in the last year or so through these campaigns, man, like yourself, um, John, D, Dennis Valencia, Dan Price. I mean, just Jason Farrow, Chris from Homebrewed. Man, just some outstanding guys.
Dude, they're all pretty great. Oh,
Yeah, they really are.
I
Do
was
what
gonna say,
now?
and speaking of D, he's actually has a live show going on today at 4.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up. I haven't been on there to look at my posts, so I missed that one. So yeah, awesome to bring it up because we got to help him finish strong.
Exactly. And he's going on my friend Peter's channel, so he's already gonna get a big boost. So I'm glad for that.
Awesome. Yeah, I I love D to death, man. He's such a humble guy. He really is.
Yeah.
Now you see the difference? See the bright white and see that kind of off white. It's almost a pearl white, but it's muted.
I think.
See, bright white. Hold on. Let me get it back here. Yeah. See the difference?
Can you scroll down a little bit?
Yeah.
Because I can only see like the top of the dress. Oh, okay. I see it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
it's
big
like,
difference.
yeah, I like it. It makes you pay attention to her hands. So that's nice.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm liking that color so much. I'm thinking about going that on the gloves, man. Let's see what it looks like. Let's check that out. Oh yeah. And see that it really kind of, yeah, I like that. It goes better with the green too.
That's
And see, we'll still bring attention to her hand with the white hanky.
ah,
See, we leave it white, the handkerchief, and it'll still draw attention, you know.
mm, I like it. I like it.
Now we need to go in here while I got this pearl color and do something with this pearl.
Mm.
Oh, wait a minute, that was way too thick. We don't want to just kind of light touch ups. There. And if you notice, there's another one of those little, oh shit. There we go. Little white blotches. You really have to zoom in to catch everything on this to make sure you don't have those little gaps because
True.
they will drive you insane, or they do me anyway. Some
Yeah.
people, they'll go with it. Man, I can't do it. Let's see.
Yeah, I just hate it when like the colors like overlap.
Oh yeah, that too. That's another one. I like to do a crossover like an old Bob Hope comic. That would be really cool.
Hmm.
That would be cool, John.
So I'm kind of new to all this. I don't really know who Bob Hope is.
Oh man, are you serious? That's one of the best actors ever, dude. And Bob Hope was hilarious. Just Google Bob Hope, and near about any one of his movies is a classic.
Ah,
I'm telling you, man, he was hilarious. You got to check him out. And anyone, I don't really have one that really stands out in my mind. They're all so good. I mean, you pick one performance, he nailed them all.
okay. I'm definitely got to check him out then.
Oh yeah,
Oh, what are
awesome.
some of the movies that he did?
Um, pull him up on IMDb and just pull up his filmography. He's got, oh my God, he's got so many movies. But yeah, You
Oh,
got
okay. I know one of them. The Cat and the Canary. Pretty good
in
horror
the
film.
'60s, him and Jerry Lewis had comics for DC. I did not know that, John. I really did not know that.
Ah,
Wow,
that's pretty cool.
that's really cool.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Let's see. Now we just about knocked out all the flats. So I'll come in. I'll make another layer for my. I'll try to keep it as simple as possible. I just call it colors.
True.
Yep. And some people, they'll use 30 and 40 layers. I'm not that guy. I just don't do that. Now, it
Hmm?
it depends on the picture, you know. I mean, there's some I'll use more layers on my covers than I do my actual pages,
Ah,
if that makes sense. Because there's just so much detail in a cover, and you
true.
gotta drag them in there. You gotta pull them in quick.
Hmm. Yeah, I can understand that. It's like I mean, unless your pages had like a lot of detail, you wouldn't really need all those layers.
Right, right. Let's see. I don't know if you can see her, but that's her right there. That's the actual person. Can you see her there, Aaron?
Uh, I can, but the image is a little blurry for me.
Yeah, I got you. I tell you what, I I tagged her on the reel that I did of this. I don't know if yeah, she's on there. Just pull her up right there, and she does some awesome work in her own right. Really, she's an incredible talent.
I definitely pull it up. And what's her name?
I'm not sure what her name is. She goes by Euphorista. It's
Ah,
yeah. Like I said, I tagged her on my reel, my last post. You can pull her up right there.
okay, I'll pull it up.
Let's see.
Uh, uh, you know what I just noticed?
What's that?
For the first comic, for the first issue of Wolfsbane, I did not follow the divide by four method.
You know, I run into the same thing with chapter 2 of EOD, and I
Oh, you
had to
really?
come back. Yeah, yeah, I did the same damn thing, man, and I had to send them some more pages.
Oh, dude, I feel that.
But
I'm probably have to order some more for like a remastered edition.
I got you. But yeah, so don't feel bad. I did the same damn shit, man. Let's see.
Okay, there we go. There we go. So, what part of the comic making process is the hardest for you?
Uh, damn, that's a good question. Um, Let me think on that a little bit. Um, while while I'm thinking on that, I can answer part of it. We'll do it. We'll do it in parts. Probably the one I've worked at the most, that's given me the most issue, is the colors. and I still don't think that I'm a good colorist. You know, so, but yeah, that's the one that's given me the most grief out of all of them, and the one I've worked on the hardest.
I understand. If anything, I'd say your flatting is pretty good. I think um your you can usually when people color they do like flatting like the basic colors and then they go to like shadows then highlights.
Right.
Yeah. It's still clear. Like I know what's going on in your stuff.
Ooh, I hate the lasso pen. Some people have mastered it, and I am definitely not that guy.
I don't even but you hate the what?
I hate the lasso pen, which is what I'm using
Oh,
right now.
the lasso pen. Oh yeah. It's so annoying. It's like there's so many different ones and they're all used for like different things.
Yeah, which I don't get too fancy with my shit. I'm a pretty I find what works and I use it religiously.
Exactly.
Now I'll experiment every once in a while with some new stuff, but for the most part, I'm gonna find what works and I'm gonna ride it till the wheels fall off. And I'm just not liking that. I don't know. Let's see. Let's blend it a little bit and see if that helps. It's just too sharp. Oh yeah, that's looking a lot better. Did you find her?
Hmm?
Did you find her?
Oh yeah, I did. I
Okay. She got some really good stuff, doesn't she?
She does.
Just a tremendous talent. Let's see. So you were talking about Wolfsbane.
Oh yeah.
Um, any plans for the next issue yet?
Oh yeah. The script was done I think a couple of months ago,
Yeah.
and after I'm done the fulfillment for this issue, I'm also gonna be working on getting the script or the script's already to my artist, and he's gonna be working on the pages. I think next month.
Right.
Hmm.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see that book, dude.
Thank you. I actually figured I want to solve the pacing issue for the first issue. I'm just gonna make more pages. So every book that I want to write now is gonna be at least 30 to 40, 50 if needed.
Yeah, that's like me, man. Whatever. I let the story dictate and go with it. And the story dictated 32, and I had to, yeah, I forget what the exact issue was, but I didn't have yeah, the rule of four. I totally dicked that one up. And I can't remember exactly how I dicked it up, but I did. I dicked it up good. But, yeah, I had to go back. The printer caught it, thank God. And I went back and, took care of all that.
True. It, I'm glad they caught it. Mine pretty much just let it rock, and I have to see if I can get the pages that are blank at least black.
Oh wow! And
Yeah,
you said that was Comic Wellspring?
yeah.
Yeah. See, I had some issues with Kablam this time, and I was actually thinking about leaving them, but now that I've heard some of the issues everybody else has had with Comic Wellspring,
Oh yeah.
and I really can't complain too much. I guess is what I'm saying. I might be staying with Kablam after all for the time being.
I understand that. What have they been saying with Kablam? I mean, with Comic Wellspring, because I might be running into some similar issues.
Basically stuff like that, um, not catching the mistakes and
Uh,
things like that.
yeah, because they sent me my first proof, and they read it as standard size instead of custom size. So all the pages were cut off.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
that man, I hate that for you, dude.
no, that's fine. I'm glad that they don't like ship out the actual issues until you email them if they can do it or not. So
Oh,
that's a
so
good.
they actually sent you a proof before
Yeah,
they did it.
yeah. You have to pay
Awesome.
$10 extra, but
Well, yeah, I got you.
very worth it.
Oh, definitely, man, definitely. Let's see.
Okay. Put that in a zip folder. For me, the hardest part of the process is actually getting it ready for physical print.
Really?
Yes, because there's so much that you have to make sure gets done right so it can go to the printer without any issues. Like
Yeah.
if you don't have
You
your formatting set up right, if you don't have like everything in order, it just messes things up.
right? Yeah, I know exactly what you mean on that end. Which I mean, it's a learning curve for everybody. Nobody's going to get it right the first time. It's just not going to happen.
Exactly.
That's why, you know. But if you got any questions about any of that, I'm here for you, brother. Just holler at me.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I
I know
mean,
you've been doing
because
this a lot longer than me.
do what now?
I said I know you've been doing this a lot longer than me.
Hell, I'm still new too. I'm just, but I mean, I've learned a lot in a short time.
That's what's up. Oh shoot. There we go.
That's some camera issues.
Yeah. I was trying to see if I could just wave to people, but yeah, I guess I can't do that while I'm on live.
Wow. Let's see.
That's good. Actually, no. Let me do better.
Well,
I'm trying to Sorry, I'm trying to reformat everything.
I got you. Oh, you're actually working on your format right now.
Yeah, cause I wanted to do the first the main cover for the issues. That way, I know what to do when I print out the other issues.
Right.
But you don't want to mess up your cover.
I got you.
shoot. And after that, I gotta work on shoot. Hold up. I have to work on the script for issue 3 and another series that I'm trying to have out in 2022.
Cool, man. Oh, the grind is real.
It really is.
It's like me and Jason were talking about the other day, Jason Fayro.
Oh yeah.
Every artist or creator always has something on the back burner. You know, you've always. Let's see. I am not loving that, and I don't know what it is.
What?
Oh, right here.
Hmm?
You see,
Oh, with like the
it's
two colors?
darker right here, and I don't know. It's just the wrong color. It's not. I think I need to come back in here with this dark and darken it up right there at the jawline a little bit.
Probably. Hmm.
Let's see.
Oh, shoot, it's one. All right. Okay, I'm gonna get going because I do need to catch up on some stuff today.
I got you.
All right. Thanks for having me
Hey,
on.
oh yeah, always a good time, Aaron. Good to see you, brother.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
take care. I'm sure we'll chat off and on. It's good to talk to you, man. Have a blessed one.
You as well, man.
All
Take
right,
care.
dude.
Be safe.
Definitely. You too. Anybody else wants to jump in? Feel free. Let's see. I don't know if any of you guys are still in here with me, but I'm just pecking away at this. Yeah, that works. That works pretty good, actually. Like that. Now we need to find that color that goes around our eyes. Well, I don't know if you guys are still here with me or not. If you are, give me a wave or a thumbs up or something. Savage Sandbox, good to have you on. Just doing a little color, working on developing this character, getting this design nailed down. Hope you guys are liking this. This one's it's been fun though. I really enjoyed this. But yeah, just come along. What's up, Justin? Man, feel free to jump on here with me. Just shoot me a request and we'll chat it up, dude. We hadn't caught up in a long time. It'd be good to talk to you. Let's see. Yeah, awesome, man. Yeah, let me get you in here. Hopefully this works. Hell yeah, the man himself.
Hey, what's
How
going
you
on?
been doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm doing great. Just doing trying to finish up this character design, man. I don't know how long you've been watching. I kind of
I just
laser
logged on,
focused
man.
in.
Like I logged on and I saw you had a live one going and checked it out. And I don't. This is the first time I've ever done this, so I don't. I'm
Yeah.
the old man in the room for sure.
Hey, I'm right there with you. I just started this not too long ago, but man, it's like crack cocaine, man. I love it.
Yeah. You've been hearing the bullshit about Kickstarter in the last day or two?
What's going on?
Man, I don't want to get into it because I'm a bit of a plebe when it comes to actually understanding it. But apparently, Kickstarter announced this thing where they're about to partner up with a blockchain agency
Yeah.
called CeeLo, like CeeLo
Okay.
Green, but without the green. And
Right.
they're going to apparently it's a way for Kickstarter to have backers that don't back projects; they back Kickstarter.
Oh, wow.
And I just read one thread from one Kickstarter guy had probably 100 responses to his thread, and more than 3/4 of them were different creators saying, "Well, I guess we're done with Kickstarter." And
Yeah,
people
no
like, "Man,
shit.
this has tanked my the campaign I just began." And people are like, "I had a campaign planned for every month of 2022, and I'm canceling all of them." And apparently it's a mess, man, because it's an eco thing. Like it's these people going, like Kickstarter's trying to say some shit about they're trying to use a non-carbon emission blockchain. And
Yeah.
I barely understand blockchain.
I have no idea really what the hell a blockchain is, but I'm definitely going to do some research now.
So as I understand it, and this is the layman's explanation, and I'm sure someone smarter than me will hear this and be like, "That motherfucker don't know what he's talking about." But But one of the things is like, so it's blockchain is when you take a truly massive amount of raw data,
Right.
spread it out over apparently hundreds of systems and networks and computers. So like,
Right.
if I've got this huge thing that I can't process, I'll give you some, I give Rich some, I give my buddy haircuts. You know what I mean? Like you don't actually
Yeah.
put
Yeah.
it out like that, you know. But
I got you.
that's blockchain mining. That's data mining. You are literally processing other people's data because they are unable to.
Okay.
That's how I've understood it in the most basic form. But
Gotcha.
and apparently it takes a massive amount of energy to process that data, and that's the thing they're saying, that like NFTs and blockchain are becoming like truly dangerous to the environment because so much more processing is being done, so more emissions are occurring. Because it literally, like,
Okay.
you don't turn on your computer and it process stuff without using energy.
Exactly.
So now imagine like warehouses full of computers processing massive amounts of that information constantly. So
Wow.
it's becoming this weird sort of, it's like the new oil.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it really does seem to be like the crest of that sort of thing. But
I
anyway,
got you.
I only talk about that because it's going to fuck up what has become, to me, the most positive thing for comics since, like, I don't know, the early 2000 reboot of Marvel, where like
Oh God, yeah.
came in and went, hey, we're going to make these comics not suck for a while, you know, like we're
Exactly.
going to give a damn, and we're going to spend money on some creators, and we're going to get in some big names, and you know, and I just it makes me crazy that Kickstarter was starting to do so much for independent creators and established ones for that matter.
Right.
And now they're going to have, there's going to be another politicized issue that's going to separate what should just be a creative community. You know,
Definitely.
it's bothersome.
Well, I mean, I hate that about Kickstarter because that was my main platform too that I was jumping on.
Yeah.
But I mean, you've always got Indiegogo. Hopefully, they don't jump on the same bandwagon.
See, I don't know anything about. I know now Kickstarter, you have to make your full.
Oh yeah,
or you don't get anything.
you don't get
Indiegogo, you
anything.
whatever you get sent to you,
Exactly.
right?
Whatever. Yeah, with Indiegogo, you nailed it. Whatever you get, even if you don't meet your goal, you keep.
Yeah.
Minus 5% cut for them, something like that. You know, for handling your
they're
stuff.
to see a pretty massive influx, and if there's
Oh
anybody out
God,
there
yeah.
that had one that was like a fledgling type of backer company, man, all they have to do is say, hey, we're not going to fuck with blockchaining and NFTs, and start.
They'd blow up.
Yeah, they could. They could. I mean, look at the little bit like when what was the one? I don't really. What's the one that all the adult film stars were freaking out about because they're about to change their? It's not Cam Soda. I don't know what they're called. It was another big one.
Yeah. I'm not, man, I have no idea on that one.
They were about to change their policies, and all these adult performers and cam girls and guys were like, hey, we're taking all of our accounts over to this other platform, and that platform saw like literally like a 10,000% boost in like 7 to 10 days because so many people came over because they were trying. It was OnlyFans. That's what it is.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think OnlyFans actually backtracked and were like, hey, we weren't trying to piss everybody off, sort of backed off of. I think if we're lucky, Kickstarter will, but it just depends on what they think that revenue flow from investors would be.
Right.
And not project investors, just literally we're investing in Kickstarter's success as a platform. Not investing
And
in
hey, dude,
mean?
just like I do, any company that starts, they're out to make money.
Yeah.
And Kickstarter, they're raking in, I'd hate to say, it's probably hundreds of millions a year.
Oh, sure.
Easy.
Yeah. And not a lot of cost outside of the network.
No, God, no. I mean, all they're doing is handling everybody else's creativity. You're doing all the work. The creator's doing all the work for them.
And when you have those situations where, like, if you ask for $5,000 and you get like 30 or 40, man, they're just sitting there taking a bigger piece. You know?
Exactly.
Doesn't hurt. And if you don't make it, doesn't hurt them. You know,
No.
so it's crazy. It's a great platform if they can keep it, you know,
Right.
similar to what it is.
Keep it for the creator like they started.
Yeah.
So, man, hey, by the way, the beard looks magnificent.
Thank you. First time in my life. I didn't think I could grow one. I had this misunderstanding. Like as a kid, I can remember I always wanted a thick beard. I can remember like being in my teens, the first beard I saw where I was like in my brain, I tried to grow that beard in my brain. It was Robert De Niro from Angel Heart.
Oh, God, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
He's got this fucking beard, and it's like you could take a roll of quarters and just hide it. Like it's so thick.
It's just,
and then growing up, I was like, I see my goatee, and I have longish, kind of wavy hair. And I'm like, I don't have a thick beard. So I didn't grow a beard. And then earlier this year, I went out to California, and I just didn't shave for like 2 months. And one day I walked into the bathroom, and I was like, look at that, you know?
I did it. Yeah. How was California, man?
It's great, man. I'm moving out there.
Really?
Later. I could have gone back in the summer, but I bumped into an ex-girlfriend.
Oh.
Rekindled a romance, and it's been really nice. And it is exactly the only kind of thing that could have kept me from leaving was, you know, like something that makes me feel that good inside, you know.
Yeah.
So that's been really nice. But I got to get out there. It's a much more open place. I don't know, just there's more to do, you know. I don't know, it's great. The weather's just, you can't beat it. I'll be out in Alameda, which is right outside of Oakland, San Fran.
Okay.
And it's like all the time it's 57 to 72. Like it.
Oh, it's perfect.
Yeah, and there's no humidity, and rain is really rare. You know, it's amazing. It's really amazing. But if you ever hear about a heat wave in California, and you want a good laugh, look at a temperature map of California during that heat wave, and look right around San Francisco, and it'll be like 99, 108, 102, 94, 97, and then right there you'll see Alameda, and it'll say like 71 degrees. And it's just, you know,
it must be really kind of in a little pocket right there close to the water.
So they're
kind of like a bay area.
And then there's a mountain range, and the cool water runs across and hits the mountain range and comes back up, and it makes a dome. Like a
perfect setup. Dome. Yep, perfect setup.
It's crazy. Yeah. The funny thing is, I've had to make trips. You go through a tunnel to go through the mountain. And
wow.
I'm not kidding. When you come out the other side of the mountain, your temperature on your vehicle starts going click, 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 ticking up like 10, 15 degrees immediately.
Wow. You can literally watch it.
Yeah, you can. The funny thing is, when I'm out there, I wear a T-shirt and a jacket all the time, like a light jacket. Yeah. I mean, everywhere I go, because I'm a little cool-natured out there. And I was wearing a T-shirt and jacket, and I made this trip into, I want to say it was around San Jose. I'm still not good with all the areas around there, but it was definitely on the other side of the mountain. And my buddy that I stay with out there was like, hey, man, when you go through the mountain, it's going to get warm on the other side. And I was like, okay, but California warm, not really warm.
Right. They don't know what warm is, man.
Oh, yeah. Just the humidity here, man. But I got on the other side of the mountain and parked, and I was literally crossing the street in a crosswalk, and halfway across the street, I was like, Jesus Christ. Like I was pouring sweat, man.
Yeah.
So hot. I couldn't believe it, you know. Which, yeah.
Wow.
So how's the Kickstarter stuff going, man? I've been really interested in, like, you know, you're meeting your goals? You're getting this stuff printed?
Oh yeah, man. And I'm actually working on my third book now.
Oh
and
yeah, I keep up with you, man. I see the art, the new street scene looks good.
Thanks, man.
Cool. You did that pink and blue one. That's not a sketch version. That's what you're going for in the final look.
No. I'll just like I did with the first couple books, I use a lot of muted colors.
Okay.
And we gotta get together, and I gotta buy you lunch and bring you some books off that first campaign.
No, I will buy some books. I'm gonna apologize. I've never backed anything on Kickstarter, and every time I tried, it was one of those where it was like, and you're credit card information. I was like, man, I just get weird, man. I'm a
Well,
lunatic
hey,
to a certain extent.
hey, you don't have to get my stuff through Kickstarter now. I actually started my own website, jerrycooleyart.com. You can
Okay.
check everything out there, buddy.
Okay. Well, I definitely want a couple, like the first 2 issues, and probably a couple of extra copies to give friends. So
Awesome, man.
I'm
I
good.
appreciate it, Justin.
Sure.
I'm giving you one regardless, though, because,
Okay.
man, hey, I really appreciate your contribution. That pinup was gorgeous.
Oh, sure, man. Dude, if you want another
And
one, just holler at me.
awesome, dude. Hey, if you want to jump on and do one for this campaign, you know the characters, and I'll send you this shot of this character that I'm working on now.
Okay.
And I've got a couple more that's actually popped up. I'll send you some pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I'll shoot you some character designs,
Okay.
and just like you did with the first one, go crazy with it.
Okay. Will do, man.
As long as it's in Victorian London.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know the Entertainment Weekly didn't quite do it for you, so.
Yeah, I was like, it's not quite the vibe.
I drew them together. I was like, that looks like an Entertainment Weekly cover, like waiting to happen, you know. So
Yeah.
I used to subscribe to it, and I had it.
Oh, I did too. Yeah, I loved it.
Entertainment Weekly every week, you know. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was. I thought it was like it was funny. You know, like I was.
It was hilarious. I loved it. I loved the idea. It just, it didn't fit the mood of the book.
Obviously,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the other one you did with the newspaper and the cult in the background with man, you nailed it, dude.
Good.
Nailed it.
Good. Man, you've had some good pinups come through there from your other artists.
Oh God, yeah.
Really
I don't know. Did you see the Edgar Stiles, the one he did? Did you see the variant cover?
What's the look? I don't know the names. Like who?
It was a red cover. It was a demon's head, and he's kind of yeah. It was
yeah. That was good. Is that the one with the horns?
No, that one was done. That was Lucifer, actually.
Okay. That was I saw some guy did was it a full headshot?
Yeah.
That was good. I thought that was a good one.
Yeah, that's a pinup on the next book, actually. Matt Martin.
Okay.
Really good friend of mine. We've got really close. He lives in the UK, and we met through one of these deals and kind of through my last campaign. Yeah. Well, actually the campaign before that. And super nice guy, man. He actually works for I think it's Virus Comics, which is owned by Heavy Metal. So I mean, he's a professional in his own right.
Oh, that's cool. I got a book. I'm working on a book right now called Pieces of Hate. That's going to be
cool
in a European size hardcover next
year. Awesome.
And I'm really excited about it. It's from a company called First Friday, I think.
Yeah.
And they're a new offshoot of man, this looks bad. I just hadn't talked about this in a few minutes.
Hey, we're getting to that age, man. It happens. You can't help it.
What's the company that there's a character called Captain Canuck?
I know exactly what you're talking about, and I'm having a brain fart when it comes to the company.
Is it Ad House? Does that no? Man,
I'm not sure.
I feel silly, but anyway, it's their publisher, and the Captain Canuck. I didn't know this, but the Captain Canuck character and the publishing branch that he's a part of, that's a contained world.
Right.
Like all their books happen in one place.
Oh wow.
And this line of books called First Friday is going to not be part of that world, and it's going to be like sci-fi and horror and more genre stuff. What we're doing is kind of like I would say it's something between like Death Race 2000 and Road Warrior, like
cool,
like post-societal. The government has realigned. You know, there's anarchy where fascism reigns. You know, and we've got these two brothers that are, I call them redneck nightmares from hell, and they're driving from the southeast somewhere to Texas to break their brother out of a super prison. So, and
Sounds really cool, man.
Yeah, there's a bunch of other characters involved, but it's fun. I'm having a blast drawing it. The writer sent me a script. His name's Mark Bertolini. He's got a bunch of. He's got one now. It's called I think he wrote Bigfoot Frankenstein.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that's Mark. And then he's had a lot of other books come out. He had a book come out a couple of years ago that was a time travel thing called Argus. That
I think I vaguely remember that one.
The first issue hit like the month that the pandemic shutdown started.
Oh,
just screwed.
kind of fucked the book.
Normal, so it just messed everything up. But it's still he got some looks for it, and I think they eventually just instead of doing the issues, they collected it. They might have put the issues out, but I'm pretty sure there's a collection.
Awesome.
But it's good, man. He sent me this pretty. I'm not rambling too much, Emma. I don't want to.
No, man, I'm enjoying this shit.
Okay. I just get concerned. I start talking about stuff I enjoy, and I'll just keep talking.
Hey, I'm the same way.
Yeah, Mark sent me the script, and the script was pretty straightforward. It was like Frank Wax, Ray Wax, Steve Wax, all redneck, all terrible people, this kind of stuff.
Right.
And other characters that he had very brief descriptions of. And I was sitting there, and this has been almost 2 years. This has been over a year and a half at least, just about 2 years.
Okay.
And, I was sitting there, and I said, I'm going to give him what's in these descriptions, but then I'm going to do as much around that he didn't ask for. And
right. Give it your own flavor.
The story was kind of current day, sort of, maybe a few years in the future, but not like there hadn't been like
not like a 20, 30-year jump.
Yeah. So, and also there wasn't as much, he didn't have as much, I guess I just went like, I'm just going to go nuts. I'm just going to go crazy. So I wound up sending him one of the brothers, Frank Wax, was supposed to be, obese and, kind of crazy with knives and stuff. And I wound up kind of taking him and mixing him with like Lady Deathstrike from the X-Men.
Oh, hell yeah.
Where like he's got tubes and plugs all over him, and he can grow his fingers out to like, long knife type thing. And
cool.
Before he fights, he has fire that builds up in him. He can like breathe napalm.
Awesome, man.
And the writer was like, "What the fuck is this?" I said, "Man,
hey, yeah.
Redneck Nightmare look like?" He goes, "This shit's great. Keep sending me,
Yeah.
So I just started like everything. He would send me these very basic descriptions, and then I would try and think, what can I add to this to keep that, but then make it really different. And man, everything I sent him, he was like, more. Like at no point did he go, I don't know about that. That doesn't really work. Like he has just been enthusiastic, and he's been great. Like, I haven't been doing this long and working with many professionals, but if they were all like Mark, I can't imagine anyone not wanting to work with him, because he just basically and I would send him these rambling, huge emails about, we could do this or this character and this setting. And at the first time I sent him one, I got no response. And I was like, well, he wants to write this and wants me to just fucking shut up and draw it.
Yeah.
And then he sent me the next 20 pages of story, and everything I'd sent him, he had put it in.
Oh, wow.
And because I guess as he was reading, he was like, that works. So he just started sending me stuff, and it got to the point to where he actually has a television production deal now as an author.
Awesome.
So he's busy. And he's like, look, we need to make, I've already drawn like 14 or 15 pages. It's not due until April or May. And I've already drawn 14 or 15 pages. We want to make it about 70. So he's like, we're looking at 50 plus pages we need you to do. He sent me about 25 or 30 pages of script that aren't straight through. It's like, okay, I know something happens between here that I haven't written, and I have stuff to here that hasn't. You know what I mean? Like it's
so he's giving you that freedom.
Yeah. Well, then he called me. We messaged back and forth, and he goes, "Look, man, I'm really, really behind on this TV stuff, like I'm under the gun. He said, do you want to work Marvel style on this? Which is where we would talk about it, then I would draw it, send it to him, and he'd write over it.
Awesome.
I'm like, that's what I want to do. Like, that's perfect. You know,
that sounds like a dream collaboration.
Yeah, yeah, and we've done really well on finishing each other's thoughts and ideas. Like I don't say something and he's like, I don't understand. Like I'll tell him something, he's like, yes. So it's been cool. It's been really cool.
It sounds like it, man. And hey, you'll have to let me know when it comes out and let me know where to get it.
Oh, dude, I will. And believe me, like it'll be one of those things that, you know, I don't hit social media hard, but like as that becomes more realistic, I'll really try and make an effort to. I'm in this weird place creatively where like I fucking hate getting on social media. I hate Twitter. I hate Instagram because I hate Twitter, dude. Look at all these motherfuckers doing cool shit. Why can't I do cool shit? And I am.
Yeah.
But then like I'll see someone, and you know, this is like most artists. You see an artist, you're like, that dude's not that good. He's got 2,500 likes. I'm over here with this badass shit. And
I've got like 30. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's one of those things where like in your brain, part of your brain goes, well, you're just not as good as he is. And the rest of your brain goes,
yeah.
Are you kidding? You know,
well, dude, you know better than that. Your shit rocks, man.
Yeah, but you know, any artist, they want that.
Oh yeah.
Praise.
You gotta have one that pat on the back. Hey, we're all egomaniacs. And we got to have that pat on the back. And oh man, that's so magnificent.
Yeah.
And we're just big babies like that.
It starts with the right. Like when I would send Mark stuff, he would pray, man, it's awesome. Oh, it's fucking great. I get this other writer, I would send him stuff, and I wouldn't get anything back. I go, so what do you think about the page? He's like, it's fine.
It's fine. Fuck you, man. Yeah.
I didn't tell you the script was fine, did I? You know. So,
yeah.
How's the script? Total work. You know?
Yeah, you know, I mean, there's something there. There's something there. We can work with it.
As a story, well, I couldn't get past the typos. Well, I'm working with the wrong person. You know, like you gotta let that stuff go.
I know exactly what you mean. But yeah, man, with Instagram, it took me a while to kind of find my niche in here, but I've met some really awesome creators. And we've kind of carved out our own corner, man.
Yeah.
And I mean, a lot of these guys, we chat at least once or twice a day, or every other day. And I mean, you find that it took me a good year and a half to find it. But once I found it, oh man, these guys are phenomenal, dude.
That's good.
They really are.
Yeah, I see a lot of dudes sending you stuff. You get tagged in a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah.
You know, and then you tag and share that tag, so it's like a double tag.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean it's got to be good for views, for creating interest. And man, if you're hitting your Kickstarter goals, to me, that's the most important thing. That you can get the work out. All I want to do is have a book that is printed that I can send out. Like that's what I'm going.
Your calling card.
Yeah. I don't care if it's a publisher. Like I would rather do it myself because then I control it. And nobody going above me saying,
you need to change. You need to change the color on this.
Yeah.
Or yeah. And you're like, fuck you, dude. This is my character. This is the color I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know that doesn't fit what we're going for, and it's right there.
Yeah.
And you can do that. You can do that the way we're doing it right now.
The last few weeks, I've been watching a lot of documentaries on artists and sculptors and filmmakers.
Yeah.
Specifically.
Right.
And one thing you find out from all of the really great ones is they basically looked at everybody else and were like, fuck you. I'm doing this my way.
Exactly.
You know, like that, like the Coen brothers' first several films, like you go back and read old interviews with them. Eventually, they kind of got into the studio system and started having to like consider the picture. Those first several movies, they said, you know, how did you make these movies? And they both are like, we made movies that we wanted to see.
Exactly.
Well, I want to make comics I want to read. And the comics I want to read are very few and far between now. You know,
definitely.
I can't find them. You know,
man, Marvel and DC, Well, you know, we've had this discussion multiple times. It's garbage, man. I mean,
Across the board.
they are shitting all over the fan.
You know, but I wonder but they're shitting all over people over 30.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And I have a lot of like I had a back and forth with Eric Larson on Twitter, who I don't know. So I'm not pretending that I know this guy. I've never met him. But we had a very brief little interaction where he made the statement, their bottom line is stronger than ever, they're doing fine. And I was like, that can't be the truth. So I went the numbers, the actual reported numbers for the comic book industry between 2007 and now. Dude, they're making 3 times as much money. And the problem and the reason is there's no overhead on digital. And digital is like 40 or 50% of their sales. So it's like, I'm a huge wrestling fan. Huge wrestling fan. Probably bigger than comics. And everyone that, like me, that has grown up on wrestling right now kind of hates the WWE. And has for years.
It sucks ass, man. It hasn't been good since The Rock and Stone Cold.
There you go. Very few and far between, right? Little flashes, but all in all.
Yeah.
Well, that all started after Vince got those really big TV contracts, and then when he started the network. Because the network brings them in hundreds of millions of dollars a month.
Right.
For nothing. For shit that they recorded years ago. So when you're making that kind of money, it does not matter if your product is strong or not, because you're still making the money as if it were.
Right.
That's how Marvel and DC feel to me. It's like they're getting a larger audience because it's more easily accessible, but very little of that is good enough to keep or bring in more new readers.
Right. Okay? I've been wanting to have this conversation with you for a while, and I've had it with a few other creators. And, okay, so the MCU, everybody loves it for the most part. I mean, the movies.
Yeah.
Huge success across the board.
Yeah.
Billions of dollars. What were they based on?
Comic book properties.
30 and 40 years worth of comic book history.
Yeah.
And I mean,
great creative.
People love them. Love them.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to take all that, undo it, and just make it some complete pile of shit that's totally unrecognizable from what it actually started out to be. And you're making billions of dollars off of it in movies, and it works. Where is the disconnect between the movies and the comics now?
Okay, so the Kevin Feige,
yeah,
his name. You know, he's top dog at MCU.
Huge comic fan.
Huh?
Huge comic book fan.
Huge fan. He has had the luxury of having his pick of the litter over all Marvel stories ever.
Right.
Like if there's anything that he ever thought was cool, all he has to do is figure out how to work it in. Right?
Yeah.
So I think that there's the disconnect is the producers feel like they can still call upon any of that material, right?
Right.
And it doesn't matter if it affects sales or doesn't sell books, because Marvel Cinematic Universe and Marvel Publishing have zero crossover. There's no Marvel changed. Marvel Comics don't make a nickel out of Marvel movies except for the exposure. Like they're not writing checks to Marvel. People all the time are like, Marvel's getting all that movie money. Marvel's getting fucking none of that movie money. Like that is literally only going, you know, to the movie side of things. And how it's dispersed from there, who knows? But like Marvel Publishing does not get Marvel movie money.
Yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is, okay, they see that these stories worked. Mm-hmm. Why not continue to build on that? Why do away with all that history every 6 months or every 3 months?
Oh, you talking about the number restarts? Like
yeah.
Like that? Well, once they figured out that worked, there was no going back. Because the idea that you can have a first issue every year and it will double, triple, or quadruple that month's sales for that title.
Yeah.
Like that used to be the event book. That used to be, oh, we're bringing in John Byrne. Oh, Arthur
Right.
Adams is doing covers. You know,
Yeah.
we got, you know,
Jim Lee and Chris
Punisher's gonna be in
Claremont are going to do a book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Punisher's going to show up in Spider-Man for 3 issues. That was how you
Mhm.
did it. Well, that stopped working because they didn't have that Gambit. They didn't have that Punisher. They didn't have that character that was the Deadpool that suddenly you could
Yeah.
only get in certain books. Because like those are all characters. Like when you look at those characters, all of those characters were extraordinarily sought after. Save for Deadpool, they were all extraordinarily sought after, and then they got their own series, and it was oversaturated.
Right.
You know, like suddenly, like I can remember I used to buy everything the Punisher was in, and then suddenly he was in everything, and I was like, this is, and some of them were terrible. You know, like,
Spider-Man was the same way. Spider-Man
Spider-Man
just, we had
Yeah.
what, close to 10 titles at one time, if not
Yeah.
more,
Yeah.
especially in the mid to late 90s.
Yeah. And the other thing was, you know, like coming up then, and also, you know, again, like I ran a shop for 19 years.
Exactly.
I just came in when they had really started pushing that event. You have to buy them all shit.
Right.
And that's okay for some voracious collectors. But when you've got somebody that literally only reads the Hulk and Thor, and they come into your shop one month and you're like, and they pick up Thor and the Hulk and go, what the hell's going on? And you're like, well, you got to read Fear Itself,
Yeah.
1 and 2, and then that crosses over to Avengers, and then there's this one shot for the Serpent. You know, and they're
Yeah.
like,
They don't want to hear that
they
shit,
hate
man.
it. They get mad.
Yeah.
You know, and I understand.
Right.
I always understood it. I never looked at them and were like, just buy the other 2 books. Like I was always
Mhm.
like, that sucks, man. I'm sorry. You know?
Oh, I know. We've had those conversations several times through the years in the shop.
It was tough, man, because in 07 or 08, Disney bought Marvel.
Yeah.
And I can remember I was running the shop, and I had just moved the shop into a larger area. I had a much larger clientele. We had another store, a competitor opened downtown, and the Hattiesburg market suddenly was massive.
Right.
And there was a lot of entry. You know, the new 52 was about to start up or had just started up, you know. A lot of big shit was happening like in a very concise period of time.
It's blowing
And
up.
I can remember the biggest fear that anybody had was, oh shit, we're going to see Mickey Mouse and Wolverine in the same book.
Mhm.
Like that was what everyone was afraid of. You know,
Right.
Donald Duck with you know, I don't know, Cyclops visor or something like that. But that
Yeah.
was the kind of stuff that people were worried about. And I can remember early on, I was like, I don't give a shit about that, because they'll do that in kids' books and like standalone crossovers. Like, you're not going to see
Right.
Mickey Mouse in a room with the Illuminati. Like, that's not going to happen.
No.
You're not going to see Scrooge McDuck and Wilson Fisk brokering a deal. You know, like, that's not going to happen. What I'm worried about is, what is Disney going to make Marvel do to the nature of their stories?
Right.
I was concerned they were going to stamp down all the PG-13 or higher aspirations, all the more mature angles of the storylines, trying to make characters
That was my biggest fear.
more realistic or acceptable kind of thing.
Right.
Instead, they did the opposite, and they made all the characters so normalized that we now don't care about them.
Yeah.
Like, there's this thing where, like, when I don't know what it is, probably because I'm an old fogey, but when I open a comic book, and I don't do a lot these days, but when I open a new comic book and I see like panels of only conversations through text, and it's text.
Yeah, that shit kills me.
It's weird for me. And
Yeah.
but that's me. Like, I know that there are people under 30 that are just like, you're just weird.
Eating it up.
But it's
Yeah.
weird for me, you know?
Yeah.
I don't.
It's a super shock. I hate it in comics.
Yeah. It's strange, you know, when like, but the thing is, again, and this is the reason that I think that another reason they're doing it, it reflects actual life. Spider-Man and Mary Jane would probably talk text more than anything else because he's swinging through the air.
Exactly.
You know, there's reasons, but I don't know. It gets, you know, I'm not standing here saying get off my lawn. But,
Yeah.
it would bother me if there were one book on the shelf that I could open and say, oh, fuck, I grew up with these characters.
Right.
I don't typically feel that way, you know?
And it's bad when you pick up a Spider-Man book and it's just completely unrecognizable to what we grew up with.
Yeah, yeah, it's weird. You know, I've been reading. I've read this Steve Ditko biography recently, and you know, so Jack Kirby physically, like literally created Spider-Man. He drew
Right.
it, right?
Yeah.
And Stan Lee got the sketchbook and was like, "This is Peter Parker. He is the amazing," you know, whatever. He did his thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then Jack goes, "I'm drawing too much. I can't do this." Right?
Right.
Stan hands it to Ditko. Well, Ditko takes Peter and makes him Ditko. He's antisocial. He's
Right.
nervous.
Inverted.
He's antsy all the time. He's very, very introverted. Basically, he wants to be a hermit, but society won't let him. You know.
Right.
And if you read the first, I think Ditko went up to the like early mid-20s in the numbering.
Somewhere in there. Yeah, that's real close.
Peter, dude, you look at Peter, man. There are these scenes where Peter's like, and he's got like sweat pouring off his face, you know, and he's having panic attacks. He's having full blown, he's got a panic disorder because of like how bullied and oppressed and different he's been made to feel. And now he is different, and it's even more intense, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Stan's like, man, he needs to be happier, you know? And Steve's like,
Yeah.
"Chill out, man. This isn't the guy." And then they bring in John Romita Sr. Peter is immediately built different.
Oh, yeah.
Square head. He's handsome.
Totally different. Got that square head, square jaw.
He's dating pretty girls.
Hero.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's just this sea change. And, you know, and I guess that's one of those things where, like, what, you know, which Spider-Man do you go for? You know, like, no one knows a paranoid Spider-Man because he died after Ditko left.
Right.
Like, that character they just dropped that aspect. So, I would love to see someone come back and do, like, you know.
And bring that to it again.
Get fucking Jeff Loeb, the biggest hack in the industry. Get Jeff Loeb, who loves to write miniseries between panels of famous history.
Yeah.
Which is a great concept, but at the same time is like just total trickeration. It's just like you don't have an idea. You know, you're taking all these other ideas and you're whittling away, you know.
Yeah.
But do one of those where you have the story between nervous, antisocial Peter and Peter with the new haircut and the popped collar dating girls. Like what happened? You know, and I would love to. Because it's Neil Gaiman. Was it Neil Gaiman? I think it was Neil Gaiman for years was trying to get a book done called Stephen Strange: The Missing Years.
I've read a little about this.
It was about the 2 or 3 years where Stephen could not be a real surgeon, so he was doing like back alley abortions and doing like mob work, you know, stuff like that, bullets out of guys. Because that's all he could do because his hands didn't really work.
Yeah, his hands were shot.
And Marvel was always like, nah. You know, that's not the character or whatever. And I can remember the first time I read it, like even now, and that was 20-something, probably 25 years ago that I read that little blurb, you know, in an interview with Gaiman. And I was like, I hope it's Gaiman. If I'm giving it to the wrong writer, it might have been Morrison, but I think it was Gaiman. But I can remember going, that's what I want to read.
Yeah,
you know,
something
like
real.
Yeah. You know, and I like DC Black Label because it doesn't connect to DC properties.
Exactly.
And they get to do whatever the hell they want. And Marvel had that to a lesser extent with the Max books. Right. And they dropped
that in the Marvel Knights.
Yeah, which was like Max Light.
Right.
It was like hard PG-13. You know?
Yeah.
I remember those are great. I bought a bunch of that stuff, man.
Oh, I did too, man. And as bad as I hate to say this, Quesada, he deserves full credit for that. That was his brainchild.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, the Ultimate Universe.
Yeah.
That's all Joe.
Yeah.
Joe Q came in and said, we're going to do stuff that no one expects us to do, but that we know we should do.
Right.
And the other thing that Joe Quesada did that I wasn't as crazy about, but absolutely worked, and I tell this to people a lot, when they don't buy into it as much as they probably should. Joe Quesada deliberately pissed off fans to get them into comic shops.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like he would do something that he was like, at the end of this issue, We're either going to break the internet or no one's going to care about this character.
Yeah.
You know, it's like what it's like sink or swim. And
Yep.
more often than not, he swam, you know.
Definitely.
And
He did some really groundbreaking stuff during
yeah,
those years.
the first
And that's really that he's responsible for where Disney's at today because more where Marvel's at today because he sweetened the deal and he got Disney in there. They seen all the stuff that he was doing and what was going on with the characters, and they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna buy that."
Yeah,
there's possibilities there.
Yeah. Joe Q did great stuff, man. He really was like he was the Jim Shooter for the 2000s.
Exactly.
Like I still look back on the 80s, and I know that's when I came up. But man, Marvel
Me
in the
too.
80s, all the comics were great because Jim Shooter didn't let anybody slack. And Jim Shooter would take your ass off a book in a heartbeat and put out, you know, a pre-made stock book for that month if he didn't like what you were doing.
He ruled with an iron hand, man.
He did. And apparently creators, by and large, did not care for it. But they turned out some of the best work of their career.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a little, you know, you got to take the good with the bad.
They were purged in fire, so to speak.
Yeah.
It brought out the best in them.
Shooter's one theory, which was every comic book is somebody's first comic book.
Right.
That's strong, you know. That's why you had to have recaps of the origin, or at some point during the story, you had to explain how you got there. You know, like, and those are all those are storytelling devices that are particular to earlier. They don't do that shit anymore, man.
No, they don't.
You pick up a comic now and you just read, like, how did we get here? Read the last issue. They're not going to tell you.
No.
You know, it's just kind of a done thing. So.
I know, and it's sad to see what's happened to the medium, but like you said, you know, Kickstarter, it's an amazing thing what's going on with comics right now through Kickstarter and Indiegogo.
Yeah.
There's some really good stories out there, man. There really are. I mean, some awesome creators.
Yeah, and let me. I don't want to sound like a dick. Let me correct one thing though. This hadn't happened in the medium. This happened in Marvel and DC.
Yeah.
I think the medium is stronger than it's ever been.
I agree.
There's so many more voices. There's so many more unique voices. There's so many people out there that can put out work that Marvel and DC wouldn't have never. They'd look at the first page and been like, we can't print that. No matter what it was, you know. Now you can do whatever the hell you want, man.
Mm-hmm.
And, I love it. The only thing that bothers me in comics is when someone, a fan or another creator goes, that's not a comic, or that doesn't deserve to be published, or
exactly.
Man, there's 7 billion people. If only 900 million of them read comic books, make that shit diverse. Because there's no way there's 900 million people have all got something in common other than being upright.
Oh God, no.
Like give us something. Give me different. I want different. When I was a kid, the comic book that changed my life was Concrete from Dark Horse Comics.
I remember
superhero comics my whole life, and then at like 13, I read this Dark Horse comic book about Concrete, and it was just this guy trapped in a stone body trying to be normal. You know, there were no supervillains. There weren't even bad guys. You know, there were just situations that were less than ideal that he had to think through. And I couldn't believe that I was so riveted by this guy who was trying to figure out how to swim across the Atlantic with giant fins. You know, like just little shit like that. And I met Paul Chadwick at San Diego years later.
Awesome.
I told him, like, your story, Sky of Heads, which is a short story, completely changed my life and completely changed my attitude about drawing and writing comic books.
Right.
And we need stuff like that. We need more things. We need more things like Stop Building. You know, that is really this hodgepodge of manga and American art and Canadian sensibility and gamer influence. Like, that's a beautiful little mutt.
It's
you know,
it's just an amazing hodgepodge of just everything cool, just rolled up into one nice package.
Yeah, I want more like that. I want more unique voices where I open a book and go, "What the fuck is this?" You know, like the first time I opened Blankets by Craig Thompson. You know, it's this thick. It's a doorstop.
Ooh.
You know, you ever read Blankets?
No, I haven't.
That's your next assignment, buddy.
Gotcha, dude.
Top 5 graphic novels in the history of the medium.
Wow.
It's
I
a
gotta
story.
check it out.
It's a story of a young artist who's raised in a very strict Christian upbringing, but he wants to draw comic books, but he can't figure out how to glorify God through the kind of things he wants to draw. And he
Wow.
winds up having a crisis of creativity and faith. And there's a sequence, I don't want to spoil it, but there's a sequence where he makes a decision about his art that I get all chill bumps when I talk about it. It's one of the most beautiful and heartbreaking moments I've ever read in anything.
Wow.
And it's in the middle of this huge book. Dude, and you can watch him grow as an artist and a storyteller. And
Blankets.
Craig Thompson, blankets. Big chalk white with a blue cut. It's black and white. Man, all of his books are great. He has one called Habibi.
Yeah.
Which, when he was doing blankets was so popular, he got invited on like a world tour. He got taken, like he went to Europe and the Middle East and was treated like an author.
Wow.
Like a comic artist. He was treated like an author. And while he was in the Middle East, he fell in love with the culture and the art and the architecture.
Right.
And he kept a journal that you can now buy called, I think it's Carnet de Voyage. And it's a little oversized sketchbook of Craig Thompson's experiences and all of his notes and sketches leading up to his next graphic novel, which was Habibi, which I believe translates as friend in that language.
Okay.
And it's another phone book, but I think it's about sisters or two female friends. And it's you just watch this guy. Every time he puts something out, you can see his style and his skills and his voice broaden and get deeper. And he's one of the greats. You may not do your thing. Like you might be like, this is not my bag.
No, it sounds like it's right up my alley. I can totally relate with that story. That's pretty much my life.
Dude, I'm telling you, there are things there that I felt. He has a young love that becomes like a tortured thing that just fucks his life up. And it's never deliberate. Like she's not evil. She's just, they're not meant to be together, and he can't really accept it. And it's killer. High marks.
Sounds really deep.
It is.
Sounds like there's a lot of meat on the bone with those stories.
There is. Yeah, it covers his life. So it's pretty solid.
Right. And it's like you said, that's what's missing in Marvel and DC now. There's no meat on the bone anymore.
Oh, no, dude. No. Very few people are bringing anything new to the plate. And I don't even know how much they can. I don't know how much they'd be allowed to.
To be honest, nobody's really just come out and said it, but you do the same thing I do. You read these little tidbits from creators and stuff like that. And from the sound of it, man, they're just not being allowed to.
Yeah. It's I've always wondered why they don't go for bigger creative names. Like they used to get like Joss Whedon.
Oh yeah.
Like Joss used to, and he was huge. Like to be in comics, that was a big deal.
Oh yeah.
I think they should occasionally, like you don't have like Brian K. Vaughan doesn't touch comics anymore. A lot of these people who have gone on to other things, they don't come back. Or people that came over briefly, like what's his name?
What book was he on?
Oh, he wrote the ultimate. Is it J.J. Abrams? No.
J.J. did come in for a while. J.J. come and did a one-shot on Spider-Man.
That's right. No. Who wrote the Ultimate Hulk? Was that Vaughn? Ultimate Hulk and Wolverine?
I think that was Vaughn.
Was that Vaughn? Okay, maybe that was it. Because someone, I can't remember. I thought it was one of those guys that wrote for Lost, I believe. It was probably Vaughn. But I can remember, like they got that guy and made a big announcement, and then, like the series never finished. The guy never came. Like I don't think it ever finished. It's like the Kevin Smith, Daredevil, Bullseye.
Daredevil.
He waited 10 or 11 years to finish or whatever.
Right. It took forever to get that book out.
Yeah.
That's just like the Jim Lee and Frank Miller Batman All-Stars.
Yeah, and Europa. That was another one.
Yeah, I forgot about Europa.
Yeah, that first issue came out, and I ordered 125 copies, which was at the time one of the largest orders I'd ever placed for a single issue of anything. I think to this day, my largest two orders ever were Civil War #1, which I got 250 copies of.
Ooh.
And then I ordered 250 copies of Star Wars #1.
Mm-hmm.
Because I wanted to get up. I had people that wanted all those fucking variants, you know.
Right.
Now, for Star Wars, I ordered 250, but I got 400 total copies because of all the variants. So I got 250 A covers, and I got 150 variants. I think Haircut still has a box of those somewhere.
How's he doing, man? Not trying to interrupt, but how's Haircut
he's
doing?
Good, man. He's good. He's moved a lot of the stuff. He's managing Gulf Coast Cards in the mall again.
See, I've been in there. I've been in there multiple times here lately trying to catch him, and every day I go in there, well, he's not here today. I'm like, well, damn, Haircut, do you ever work anymore?
Yeah, he's there. I mean, I don't know how much he's. I know that when we try and do stuff, he's like, I'm working. So he tells me he's working a lot, but it's also on weekends a lot too. But yeah, he moved a bunch of the comic stuff in there. He seems to be making some good sales. He's buying comics again, which is tremendous.
That's awesome.
Like from buyers. He doesn't have an account, like a diamond account.
Right.
Hey, man, I'll tell you something. Selling that store when I sold it, that was a miraculous blessing.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't miss it, man?
Oh, fuck yeah, I miss it every day. Every day.
I miss you having it, dude. That's some of my fondest memories was sitting in that shop bullshitting with you and the other guy.
Me too, man. I love that place. Not one time did I ever get up and go, I gotta go to the fucking store. I never did. Yeah. It was always like, I get to go work at a comic shop. You know?
Right.
The only drawback for me was, can we make some money? You know, that was always, am I gonna have a broke ass day? Or am I gonna get that guy that comes in and buys my first appearance of Venom and I can eat some gravy on my potatoes tonight, you know? But yeah, I loved it, man. I love that store. That was the perfect job. And, you know, I sold the store to pursue my dream of drawing my own comics.
Right.
And that's been 3 years. And I'm about to have 2 books come out next year, which is nice. But it's one of those things where it's like, I hope in the next few years this pays off, because it makes me miss the shop even more because of how good I was at that and how much I loved it, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know.
Well, I'm glad you're following your dream, man. I mean, I completely understand what you're saying. You didn't have time with running the shop. I mean, that was a 24/7 deal. And hey, by the way, little Cooley Gabe's in here.
Yeah.
He's in the chat. He waved at you.
Well, so, I mean, he's not little anymore, dude.
Right? No, hell no, man. I'm looking eyeball to eyeball with him.
Yeah. You're not short. I'm short. You're tall. You're tall too.
Oh God, man. I'm dreading the day when I got to look up to him. I hope it never comes.
Yeah. No, I get it, man. I can remember I didn't see him for about 2 years, and he walked in with you, and it was one of those like, what the hell? Like you went.
What have you been feeding this kid? Yeah. Dude, Gabe, he's in his second year of college, man.
Wow. Where's he going to school?
Jones.
Okay, JCJC and.
Yeah.
I went there for
He'll finish up.
The college I ever did was 2 semesters at JCJC.
He's going to finish up in May, and then he still hasn't decided where he's going to go to a major university yet.
Yeah.
I mean, he's looking at possibly Southern, but he's wanting to go into dermatology, and he's going pre-med on everything. So, hey, man, he's doing it too. He's killing it.
Hey, that's a good field because people's skin ain't getting any better.
No, hell no.
With the environment and everything, that's wisdom. You know, that's looking ahead.
Smart.
You know, people. You quit.
It's a wide open field, man. Nobody's doing it.
Yeah. Yep. I was. What someone was telling me about the. Oh no, that's never. Fuck it. No. I'll just lose my.
Go ahead with it, man.
No. We should keep it on comic books, or at least things associated with comics. You watching Hawkeye?
Oh, you know it.
Yeah.
You know it.
It's a really.
I'm loving it.
Yeah. It was funny. I watched the first 10 or 15 minutes of the first episode and messaged a couple of my friends. I was like, "This ain't doing it for me." And then I waited about 3 days. Well, I waited a couple of weeks till the 3rd episode was out. and I finished.
The third one's what nailed it for everybody, I
like
think.
2. I thought 3 was really good, but I thought 2 was even better. Now,
Two was good,
3 had a lot
but
of
3, yeah,
like the sound editing with the hearing, you know, and also like there's a lot more production in that bridge shootout. You know, like there was a lot
right.
more in that. So there were a lot of things to bring you in for the third. But I thought the second episode for establishing and setting things up was really good. Man, I am sorry. I got like one battery. It's about to go out. This has been a lot of fun.
I've enjoyed it, buddy. Hey, I'm gonna
Yeah,
call you. I'd like to get with you while I'm home this time and
yeah.
actually get you that meal I was talking about and get that book to you.
I'd love to, dude. Holler at me. Message me on
Will
here. I'll
do.
get you my contact info. And hey,
Gotcha,
anytime you do
buddy.
this again, man, I'm sitting here. I know you can't see it. I'm sitting in front of my drawing table. All I do is draw all day. So if you ever do one of these and you don't have somebody on board, holler at me, man. I'd love to chat with you.
We'll do it, man.
All right, Jerry. And thanks to everybody that tunes into Jerry's stuff. Good luck with your book in the days.
Thank you, brother.
Seeing them. I can't wait to read them.
Hey, take it easy, Justin.
All right,
Such a pleasure to talk to you, brother.
all right. Talk to you later.
All right, bye. All right, fellas. I've been on here a lot longer than I anticipated, but had some great conversations with a lot of super individuals. Awesome to have Justin on here. He's from right here around me in Hasbury, Mississippi. Known him for several years. Just really good guy, super talented artist. He's following his dreams in comics. He's got some books coming. So Justin Adcock, at Justin Adcock, go over and check out his work. Give him a follow. Y'all seen, man. He's just a super guy and super knowledgeable on comics. Anyway, I'm gonna jump off of here, but it was great to be on here with you guys. Take it easy, and we'll be back another time, man. Peace.